Do you ever get those projects where it seems like everything is smooth sailing in the pre-production and production process, and then all of a sudden you're exporting out of V7? No? Oh, it's just me. Listen, we all know as creatives that every project is different. And the more that we can understand the client's vision, the better. And it all starts in the pre-production process. The client and creative relationship will always be unique to you. So I'm going to take a more general approach to this. My first questions that I ask are, what is the problem that we're trying to solve? And what sparked you, the client, to choose video as the solution? Those questions can usually lead to example videos. I always tell my clients to send me example videos so that we can pick it apart together and figure out what aspects of it that they like the most. Is it the storytelling? Is it the energy that it has with the music? Is it the effects or the transitions? The more that we can pull out from my clients in this pre-production stage, the easier and more efficient our post-production stage will be. Moving to production, I strongly believe that there is only two types of video: scripted and unscripted. Now, for obvious reasons, scripted is a lot easier on the way that we can approach the shooting day. We kind of know what the script would be, pretty much verbatim, so that we can have a plan of attack with our A-roll and B-roll going into that shooting day, and making sure we have enough coverage to cover that script. Unscripted, on the other hand, requires you to be very present during the shoot. So for example, one of the toughest shoots to do is doing multiple 30-minute to an hour interview talking heads, and then trying to figure out that story in post-production. Trying to figure out, when you have multiple people answering the same question, who answered it the best, and who answered it the best that could actually lead into the next answer in the edit. Being present during the shoot is very important to make sure that you can be taking actions on set that can help you in that post-production stage. For example, if I'm behind the camera and I get the sense that we have a really good answer that just got completed, and I look around and client and everyone is just like, wow, that was great, I'll put my hand or a piece of paper in front of the camera to kind of mark that the answer right before it was something that we declared on set, something really special. Now, this is a process that is called marking. And the reason why we do this is because when you scroll through the footage after the shoot is done, it is easier to find that moment with something jarring in front of the frame, like a hand or a piece of paper. To know that, okay, whatever the answer was right before we saw that is something that, again, we declared as something special on set. One final note that I have during the production stages, especially on a video where we are interviewing multiple people and it's an unscripted type of thing, is to have a conversation with client after that shoot is done. Kind of talk through how that day went and try and see, now that we know what the content is, how can we approach the story arc of what we want this video to be. Having that conversation is a lot better than not having that conversation. Even if you only get a little bit of value from it, it still is something to keep you on the right path. This leads us to the post-production process and kind of the whole reason why I want to make this video. Specifically, what I want to talk about is how to coach and talk through your clients about how you want them to revise. Because we always hate that V1 response being like, why is there an audio watermark in this song? When that is not what the V1 should be about. So here's how I approach the post-production process. I always make sure that my V1 is as polished as possible. You only get that feeling of watching a video for the very first time once. So sending a rough V1 will only lead to disappointment. When I send my V1 to clients, I tell them to watch it all the way through in its entirety without ever stopping it. Watch it for the pace that it is. Only make mental notes of the things that we like and that we don't like. After that's done, watch it again and start and stop as many times that you like to make the necessary comments and notes that you have. Because it is a V1, the first things that we want to look at is to make sure that we are correct and on the right page of the content itself and the story itself. After those notes are done, then we kind of want to go and talk about the music and the effects and making sure that all that kind of stuff is aligned with the branding and stuff that would have been previously discussed in the pre-production process. Guiding your clients on how they should approach the revision stages of a project helps keep them focused on the order of priority to help streamline the completion of that video project. So thanks for watching today, and I hope you have a great day.